Richard underwent urgent, successful surgery. The first part of his journey was done. The race to beat the cancer that was threatening to take over his life and body was on.
I went back for a review by the surgeon who said, "You are good. Now go to an oncologist." So I went to the oncologist, who told me that staging cancer is not very accurate in this country. They don't have the machines. There's something everybody talks about called the PET. That's when I had it first. The PET CT scan. So, they are available in some other countries. India is the most affordable. And she said the reason for this is to be staged to know how far the cancer spread, so that she will know how to treat me.
Positron emission tomography, PET, is a nuclear imaging technique that creates detailed, computerized pictures of organs and tissues inside the body. A PET scan can be used to detect cancerous tissues and cells in the body that may not always be found through computed tomography, CT, or magnetic resonance imaging, MRI. Accompanied by his wife, Richard left for India where he had the PET scan done, and after 7 days, he was back home with the PET results.
We came back with the reports and she said, "Yeah, now I know what to do. So you need 6 chemos and 25 radiotherapy. And I will start. There's a specific time which is given. You have to first overheal. So it's normally a month after the surgery. So how much will it cost? Because by that time I had no insurance cover. Because my insurance had paid everything. They said they're not touching this sickness again. If something else happens, they will be able to take it up. But this particular one, you've paid what you are going to pay, and that's it. So I got a quote from Nairobi Hospital, from local hospitals, let's just put it that way. And the 6 chemo and the 25 radio would cost just under 4 million, which I didn't have. So I was like, okay, that's a death sentence, basically, because I can't afford it.
Richard needed 4 million shillings. 4 million shillings that he just did not have. He had no insurance cover, so he asked for a quotation from India.
They brought a ridiculous quote. Compared to what we had here, it was ridiculous. I said, this now, I can manage. But of course, I had no insurance cover. And the 1 million I had paid at the hospital was all I had.
India had come through for Richard. Now, he hoped his friends would be able to tide him over.
I went to school in Alliance High School. And we have a very strong old boys association. So these are the guys I appealed to. I told them, guys, and within, I think, I don't even think it was a week. Within a week or so, I had more than 1 million shillings, which is what was required to go to India.
Accompanied by his son, Richard went back to India for chemo and radiotherapy treatment. The radiotherapy took longer than expected, as he needed to constantly boost his white blood cells, and the booster injection he was getting caused him a lot of pain. So the doctor suggested a change in his diet to painlessly boost his white blood cells.
We were advised to do diet. The best diet for building up the white blood cells is fish. So I was told, you have to live on fish, but you have to know that the Indian rivers are so polluted that all the fish are poisonous. So you can't touch them. We went and searched in the internet, and we found that one of the best foods you can eat is something called sweet potatoes, ngwashi. It's very good. So we went now in the market looking for, because we tried to explain to the people at the hostel we were staying, this is what we need. We showed them the pictures, they could not understand them. So we went around. India is a weird place. Lots of open air markets, people living in the streets and all that. So we went there and we found, here the sweet potatoes. So we bought some. And we took to the hostel and we said, this is what we need. And they all came up and said, Skar candy! That's what it's called in India. Skar candy. So said, this is, you boil this, you give them for breakfast. So we give them 10 and they go and make them. And then they fried them and brought them with the pili and what. I was like, you're supposed to boil these things. They said, just boil. I said, yes, we're supposed to boil these things. You don't fry them. So now my son had to go and sit with them in the kitchen to just ensure that they only boil them. And that became my diet for the next, I don't know how long. And it is so effective.